Next, on our Tasks tab, we'll review all of our various tasks. We can set tasks at the project level specific to this project, or we can add common tasks that we've already set up within the system. This is an area where our templates can come into play, where we can assign a task to a template and they'll automatically be populated here on our Task tab. Each task can be either a cost and a revenue or one or the other type. And then each task can have a billing rule. This will default from our Summary tab but can be overridden at the task level. You'll also notice that we have a status for each task. All of my tasks in this particular project have already been activated, but I can simply come in here and change the status when necessary. Maybe a task is in planning and we don't want any transactions posted against it yet. Or maybe the task has been completed and it's time to move forward onto the next task. Over on our revenue budget, we'll be able to set by task the budgeted amount. You'll notice here that we have our Load Records from File button available on this tab. So if you are tracking estimates or quotes in an Excel type format, then you can simply utilize this functionality to upload that data right into the revenue budget in Acumatica. You'll also see here on this particular screen where we can track original budgeted amount as well as revised budgeted amounts as change orders come into play. You'll see here we have a couple of potential change orders right in our screen, and as those change orders are approved, they'll actually be calculated right into our revised budget amount. Furthermore, as we scroll over a little bit further, we'll be able to see the actual amount that's been billed, the total amount retained, and any pending invoices that we have out there right now. Next, we'll review our cost budget. So as we saw on the Summary tab, our cost budget is going to be tracked by task and cost code. So you'll see the various tasks as well as the cost codes associated with them. You'll also notice here on my cost budget, my account group, which is really going to drive what general ledger accounts I can post to from this particular task cost code combination. That really keeps all of our project transactions honest and our accounting exactly as it should be. Like the revenue budget, you'll see our cost budget has our original budgeted quantity and amount, as well as any potential change orders, and then the revised budgeted amount. As we go through some of our transactions within Acumatica today, we'll review back on this cost budget tab to be able to see how the changes that we make outside of the project itself impact this cost budget. Our Balances tab is going to give us a quick look at our income and expense by project, and it's going to group it by the account groups. Commitments are going to show us all of our purchase orders and subcontracts that are associated with this particular project, including their statuses. On our Invoices tab, you'll see all of our pro forma invoices, as well as any related accounts receivable invoices that have gone out to the customer. And it's also the place where we can come in and release any retainage for invoices. We can track our change orders as well as our change requests right here on the project itself and see all of the detail associated with them and have the ability to drill right down into those documents. Any associated activities that have originated from Acumatica will be tracked on our Activities tab. This might include time activities, any emails that have been sent back and forth to the customer for communication, even accounts receivable invoices that have been emailed to the client. You'll also notice that we can create additional tasks and emails right here from our project, and we can create additional types of activities. One thing to note on these activities is we have a few out-of-the-box native Acumatica activities, but these are also completely configurable to the organization. So if there's something that we want to create specific to your company that might be a type of activity, like a site visit, then we can certainly create that activity as well and track those. Finally, I'm going to drill into my Compliance tab here. There's many other tabs that the project allows us to track, such as contacts and approvals and such. But this Compliance tab will allow us to keep track of the various compliance requirements by vendor, You'll notice here that I have an exclamation point next to this particular compliance. It expired on 6/30/2024. We can utilize this type of information to drive business notifications and events so that we can get that certificate updated from our vendor. You'll also notice here that each of my attachments are highlighted in gold, which means there is an attachment to this particular compliance. I can drill right into that attachment and view what's been provided by the vendor. This sits right in our Acumatica database.